Now we're gonna keep on repeating this. Now let's do our hands first. Go back to brush. I'm gonna make a new layer. This right hand. Our hands are going to be very, very simple. I'm even happy with that brush size at right around 100. So I'm just going to click on here, get a nice white, switch it over to black, take that brush down, very small, and I'm going to hold down Control just so I don't go anywhere weird with it. And then I'm going to click right around the middle line. Well, middle line, right around where the middle is. A little bit higher than center, but along that line. And I'm just going to click and hold Shift and pull it down. Then I'm going to split the distance between the edge and that line, and I'm just going to do it again. And the same thing on the other side. And that'll be his little hand, and we can take that and spin that as we like, whatever we want to do. And we're going to end up making a duplicate of that. Control J. Call that left hand. So we got that out there. And now we are going to take our circle again. Pull it out in an oval. And then I'm going to switch this over to a rectangle because I want it to come perfectly flat, and I don't want to trust my hand to that. I'm going to hold down Alt, and somewhere right about halfway, I'm just going to pull that out over it, get rid of it, bucket this in with black, undo it because I want to do that on a new layer. Now bucket it in with black, call this right foot. And I'm going to go back to my dodge tool. Click it over to shadows. And because I'm using a perfect black, it's going to be problematic. So, let's just go to our brush tool. Bring this up. We're going to grab our soft brush here. Going to go to a white. I'm going to take my opacity way down. 20%. Same with my flow. I'm just going to highlight some edges in there. Duplicate that layer. Grab my move tool. Just so I can kind of see what's going on. I actually want my left foot below that. Same with my left hand. Take my left foot, Control T, just so I can shrink that down a little bit. And then realize I screwed up. Alright, now, this is what I did wrong with this. And this is a great way to show it. We've got our foot over here, and you see how it's nice and black? I forgot to grab my selection of my black before I painted in my white. So you really can't see anything wrong with that right now. If I drag this over, you can see there's a bunch of semi-transparent white on my transparency. Well, it looks fine here, but the minute I get it in my game where there's a color behind it, that's going to be a problem. So we're going to delete both those layers. Oops. Delete the right layer. We're going to do it again. I'll go a little faster since we've already seen this done. And switch back over to my square. There we go. Now, we still got that selected. And there we go. Control T. I think I actually want that foot to be a little bit bigger. And maybe a little bit taller, more curved. That's fine. Control J. I really just want these for comparison. There we go. We don't have him right under him, but we do have them set up so we can kind of see what we're doing. So now, this one's going to be left foot. And right foot. So now we have our character. Now we need to make this so that we can separate these out once we get them in the game and cut them into different little chunks of sprites. So we're going to come down, take our body, I'm just going to bring that up here in the corner. Oops. Now our mouth, this depends on what you want to do. If you actually want to have an animated mouth, so he makes a grimace or a smile or something like that, you're going to want to leave this separate. In fact, you're probably going to want to reshape it with copies and have multiple copies of it on your sprite sheet. But I'm just going to leave this guy like this, so I'm going to collapse him down all into one thing. Now I'm going to move my body up here. I'm going to open up my eyes. Oops. Hold on. Our left hand. Got our right hand. Got our left foot. And our right foot. we have our character ready to export. Now, what you're seeing me do here, I'm going to save this out as a target. And what you're seeing me do here, we can take a lot of that other stuff in any form that you wanted to do that. Maybe it's like all of your background forest stuff. And you can create a 1024 texture sheet or 2048 or whatever you're working with. And you can bring in those other pieces and scale them down to size and create a texture sheet like this, and then bring it into Unity and cut that all up, which you guys will get to see in our free Unity training. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this series on how to make 2D art for Unity, even if you don't have any artistic skill at all. And hopefully we'll see you on the site. Thanks again.